everybody. Welcome back to My Daily Bread, the podcast. I'm your host, Ron Tolson, with my brother and co-host, Philip Delgado. And today we're going to continue our conversation through the life of Joseph. And we're going to be in chapter 47 of Genesis and jump into this incredible story as the saga continues. Dun, dun, dun. Right? So stand by, be on watch, listen to all the stuff we're going to say. And in just a moment, we're going to get into the word, but before we do, I just want to remind you to take a moment and follow our podcast. Subscribe to it, like it, comment on it, share it with a friend, and help us spread the gospel of Jesus around the world. Awesome.
Yeah.
You want to take us there?
All right, let's do this.
This is probably one of my favorite series that I've ever sat with a brother and studied together.
It's been pretty good. There's a lot of lessons in here.
Yeah. And if you've missed some of the episodes, here's what's awesome. You can go back and listen to them and catch up on where we are in the storyline. But tonight we're in 47.
That's right.
Genesis.
Make like a tomato and catch up.
Let's go.
All right, Genesis 47. So Joseph went in and told Pharaoh, "My father and my brothers, with their flocks and herds and all that they possess, have come from the land of Canaan. They are now in the land of Goshen." And from among his brothers he took 5 men and presented them to Pharaoh. Pharaoh said to his brothers, "What is your occupation?" And they said to Pharaoh, "Your servants are sheep herders, as our fathers were." They said to Pharaoh, "We have come to sojourn in the land, for there is no pasture for your servants' flocks, for the famine is severe in the land of Canaan. And now, please, let your servants dwell in the land of Goshen." Then Pharaoh said to Joseph, "Your father and your brothers have come to you. The land of Egypt is before you. Settle your father and your brothers in the best of the land." Yeah, that's right. "Let them settle in the land of Goshen. And if you know any able men among them, put them in charge of my livestock." Then Joseph brought in Jacob, his father, and stood him before Pharaoh. And Jacob blessed Pharaoh. That right there.
Wow.
Man, imagine that. And Pharaoh said to Jacob, "How many are the days of the years of your life?" And Jacob said to Pharaoh, "The days of the years of my sojourning are 130 years. That's almost as many years as you, right?
Getting close.
Few and evil have been the days of the years of my life, and they have not attained to the days of the years of the life of my fathers in the days of their sojourning." And Jacob blessed Pharaoh and went out from the presence of Pharaoh. Then Joseph settled his father and his brothers and gave them a possession in the land of Egypt, in the best of the land, in the land of Ramses, as Pharaoh had commanded. And Joseph provided his father, his brothers, and all his father's household with food, according to the number of their dependents. Now there was no food in all the land, for the famine was very severe, so that the land of Egypt and the land of Canaan languished by reason of the famine. And Joseph gathered up all the money that was found in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan, in exchange for the grain that they bought. And Joseph brought the money into Pharaoh's house. And when the money was all spent in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan, all the Egyptians came to Joseph and said, "Give us food." Man, no please in there? Nothing?
Right.
Jeez. "Why should we die before your eyes? For our money is gone." And Joseph answered, "Give your livestock, and I will give you food in exchange for your livestock, if your money is gone." So they brought their livestock to Joseph, and Joseph gave them food food in exchange for the horses, the flocks, the herds, and the donkeys. He supplied them with food in exchange for all their livestock that year. Now he's balling. And when that year was ended, they came to him the following year and said to him, "We will not hide from my Lord that our money is all spent. The herds of the livestock are my Lord's. There is nothing left in the sight of my Lord but our bodies and our land. Why should we die before your eyes, both we and our land? Buy us and our land for food, and we with our land will be servants to Pharaoh, and give us seed that we may live and not die, and that the land may not be desolate." Verse 20. So Joseph bought all the land of Egypt for Pharaoh, for all the Egyptians sold their fields because the famine was severe on them. The land became Pharaoh's. As for the people, he made servants of them from one end of Egypt to the other. Only the land of the priest he did not buy, for the priest had a fixed allowance from Pharaoh and lived on the allowance that Pharaoh gave them. Therefore, they did not sell their land. Then Joseph said to the people, "Behold, I have this day bought you and your land for Pharaoh. Now here is seed for you, and you shall sow the land. And the harvest you shall give a fifth to Pharaoh, and 4/5 shall be your own, as seed for the field, and as food for yourselves and your households, and as food for your little ones." And they said, You have saved our lives. Verse 25. And they said, "You have saved our lives. May it please my Lord. We will be servants to Pharaoh." So Joseph made it a statute concerning the land of Egypt, and it stands to this day that Pharaoh should have the fifth. The land of the priests alone did not become Pharaoh's. Man. Thus Israel settled in the land of Egypt, in the land of Goshen, and they gained possessions in it, and were fruitful, and multiplied greatly. And Jacob lived in the land of Egypt 17 years. So the days of Jacob, the years of his life, were 147. And when the time drew near that Israel must die, he called his son Joseph and said to him, "If now I have found favor in your sight, put your hand under my thigh and promise to deal kindly and truly with me. Do not bury me in Egypt, but let me lie with my fathers. Carry me out of the land of Egypt and bury me in their burying place." He answered, "I will do as you have said." And he said, "Swear to me." And he swore to him. Then Israel bowed himself upon the head of his bed.
Man,
Bum, bum.
there's a lot in this chapter.
Yeah. Whew.
That word settle keeps coming in. And it looks so good for them because of the famine. It seems so, I don't know, as if, thank God for the provision for them in all of that. But did they settle too long? And we know the
Did
story.
they get too comfortable?
They got too comfortable.
Complacency.
Yeah. And dangerous things happen in that place.
Yeah.
It's kind of like your health goes bad, your wealth goes bad, your heart can go bad.
And it's not something that, when it comes to complacency and what we're talking about here, it's not something that just happens, boom, overnight.
No.
It's the day after day after day of either not doing the right thing or doing the same stuff over and over and over again to where it becomes...
You mean like the peanut butter sandwiches at 11 p.m.?
Oh, hey, is that what happened?
That's part of what happened.
I was wondering why. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering why my shirt was fitting a little tight.
Bro, man. Yeah. Yeah, but what you're saying is true. It's a great principle to learn and grow by, even in the Lord, because when you said that, I was thinking about how do you cook a frog? You certainly don't throw it in boiling water. You know, that thing's jumping right out. But if you want to cook a live frog, you slowly heat that pan up, and before too long, that frog's like didn't even know what happened.
Yeah.
And that's really what happens in life for us. And that we're seeing that in the story even with Jacob's family, that this place was a place of provision.
Yeah. I mean, it said they're just getting settled and they were fruitful and multiplied greatly. You know, they gained possessions in it. It was great in the beginning, right? Mm-hmm. It always is. Always is.
Yeah.
But then you stay there too long. You get comfortable.
There's that pivot time. I just feel like the Lord's speaking through that whole message right there. Processing that and praying on that.
So for you, okay, let's bring it to
our
here
everyday
and now,
life,
right?
Yeah.
When do you feel, or when would you realize, what would it take for you to realize, like, hey, I'm becoming complacent?
The scale.
Okay.
Has been one of the things that you've talked to me about was like, did you weigh in today? Nope, I didn't. Why didn't you weigh in? Because I know I'm not going to like what I see. And as long as I don't look at it, I don't have to live in the reality of it.
So sometimes we actually avoid the thing that makes us realize.
Mm-hmm. And then I got on the scale and I was like, what the? Fill in your own blank right there, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Now I'm starting to notice things happening in my health. And if I'm going to do what God has called me to do, I can't do it sick.
Right.
And so am I going to wait until it goes so bad that I can't run anymore? Am I going to wait that it goes so bad that I'm too heavy to run or to lift or all
not just
of
that,
those
but
things?
like, bring it to the everyday life. Yeah, that's your everyday life.
Sure.
But for other people, hey, with your body, are you able to walk up that flight of stairs without becoming winded? Are you able to pick up your grandkids without becoming tired or your back hurting?
Come on.
Like, all that stuff matters.
Mm-hmm.
Taking care of yourself and getting too complacent with your fitness or your lifestyle choices.
Yeah.
It affects everything.
That's really good. It really does. I also am finding in the story something really interesting to me is the amount of favor that the family received because of Joseph's relationship with Pharaoh.
Yeah. And Joseph, that's one of the things that really caught my attention was Joseph kind of like, he not played Pharaoh, but he set things up to where he got what he wanted for his family. He told his, hey, you know what? Y'all go chill in the land of Goshen, and then we're going to talk to Pharaoh, and we're going to tell him what's up, right?
And remember, he played that. I love how you're saying how he played that, because he knew that Pharaoh was just like, our people don't like cows.
Right.
Right. And it's offensive if you do things with cows. And so go over here away.
Yeah.
And then he gives them the best.
Yeah. Right. So he tells his family, he goes and tells them, hey, go chill over there. We're going to come talk to Pharaoh real quick. And then he gets in to talk to Pharaoh and he's like, hey, look I got my family over here. They're chilling in Goshen, whatever. Right. He basically told him, like, he got what he wanted by telling Pharaoh, this is where I put them.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying there?
It's
like
the pattern of a good politician.
Yeah, there you go. He's really good with his words.
He is. Yeah. And Joseph has had a lot of practice over this. Remember, he was in prison. He went from the palace to the prison, and he got a whole lot of lessons. He had favor there with the jailer because of how he was able to show up. Like, his emotional intelligence is off the charts.
He's good at reading people.
He is. He's really good. And so I like that about what we're seeing right here.
his discernment is really well.
It is. Yeah.
I feel like maybe that's something that he got from his dad. And of
Is
course
it?
the time, yeah. Because if you look at it, his dad was the deceiver, right?
He was.
Originally, right? And when you're out there deceiving people, I'm speaking from my own experience, right? When I was out there drinking, doing drugs, doing whatever I needed to in order to get the money for the drugs, right? It took a lot of deceiving.
Okay.
Constantly lying to people, constantly playing people.
Sin always takes us to that place.
Right? And now I'm able to look at people and, read them a lot better.
Because you
My
lived that
discernment,
life.
yes.
That's good.
I can tell when people are trying to play me. I could tell when people are lying to me. And
That's
I
good.
could because I was on the other side of that. So I feel like that's something that, one, he picked up from his dad, and two, he kind of, built or gained as he was, in the pit and then in prison, and, he was around those people.
It comes back to that scripture, all things work together for the good
Yeah.
of them that love God and are called according to purpose. Were those great days in your life? No. But has God actually trained you and kind of cultivated some gifting inside of you by your own experience in the world? Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I mean, and think back to your Saturday calls. Look at the amount of men who are now saying, I don't need those things anymore.
Right.
I'm not going to call their name because that's their story. But people who were like cool with weed for a while are like, that's not what I need in my life anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just making those choices. I love that.
Those choices that, impact not just yourself, but it trickles down and impacts your kids and their kids. And when you make choices like that, I'm going to quit drinking, I'm going to quit smoking, I'm going to quit smoking weed. Those are generational choices.
Yes. Yeah.
Like my kids, they look at people when they're drinking and they're like, that's kind of annoying. Like, y'all are annoying because I don't drink, so they don't see that stuff on the regular, and it's not like something that they look up to. Whereas when I was growing up, I always looked up to my dad for, that's cool. I want to be like that. I want to drink a lot like that.
Yeah.
And now my kids see it as,
Yeah, I don't want that.
I don't want that.
That's awesome. Wow. Something that I underlined in here, I think it was verse 27. Thus Israel settled in the land of Egypt, in the land of Goshen, and they gained possessions in it and were fruitful and multiplied greatly. I really like this right here because for a lot of us reading the story, we think that prison was a bad thing in his life. And really, it was a setup for Joseph. Yeah. We think that being in a foreign place, a place that he did not belong, that was not his homeland, that is a negative thing too. But yet God used all of those situations to set him up for what happens in Exodus. Remember when the people of God all of a sudden begin to leave, kind of a spoiler alert, when they begin to leave the land of Egypt, they're taking all this stuff that we just read in this chapter is now going with them. And I think that's really awesome to know that.
And then some, because they taken from the Egyptians too. They're like, this is mine. This is mine. mine.
He's like the Nemo birds, right? Mine.
Oh, that's a nice necklace. Can I have that? That's mine.
That's mine. Yeah. I like that there's hope for the people of God today. There's hope for us who followers of Jesus today, that we might be what feels like a prison in our life. Whatever that prison is. Maybe it's a literal one. Maybe it's just one that's in our mind. We might be in a place we don't feel like we belong anymore, or we don't feel like it's ours anymore. But God can use that place, and he can use that situation to cultivate his promise in our lives so that he can prepare us for what's next.
Absolutely. And it's what you do with it. Because had Joseph sat there and just, been bitter and dwelt on it all, and oh man, my brothers sold me, and oh man, I had to stay in prison on top of that, and had he just dwelled on all the negativity, that's where he would have stayed stuck. He wouldn't have had his brothers and his father come back to his life like this.
Man,
So it's about the rebound too, how you bounce back from it.
Mm-hmm.
And the other part of the becoming fruitful and multiplying and gaining possessions, they were able to do this in the land of Egypt.
Yeah.
Among the Egyptians and all their deities and all their false gods, and they were still able to do right.
In the world, but not of the world.
In the world, but not of the world. They were
good.
still able to become great.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Something else that's good. Processing that in my head. Something else that stands out to me in this chapter is how the famine created a dependence. That the people had all of these things. They were living independently. Now, all of a sudden, because they were hungry, because they didn't have what they needed, they're having to sell it all to who? To Pharaoh. So we see a picture here of big government. And I'm careful that I don't get into all of that too often, how my thoughts on that. But the moment we allow the government to meet our needs is the moment we stop trusting in God.
Yeah, it basically becomes like a communist environment.
Yeah.
Right? You just dependent. Here's your ration. That's all you get.
Yeah, so that was the downfall of the people. But spoiler alert, it became the downfall of Egypt too.
Yeah.
Because all of this, in just a few more chapters, Egypt's about to go through hell. Mm-hmm. And what was once the superpower of the world is about to tumble and fall because they started doing things with the wrong motive. I don't know if motive's even right, but they started being God to the people. Pharaoh became, and maybe that's where I love that kind of study of culture. I love the Egyptian culture, the dynasties. I love looking at all of that. It's fun to look at. But all of a sudden, was Pharaoh trying to become that God that they all think themselves as gods, and want the people to depend on him instead of on the Lord.
Yep.
Just an interesting side note there. Dependence.
What are you depending on right now? Are you placing your hope and your dependence on just that job? Or that, man, for me, it could be that job. I've been out there working, coming back and forth. And honestly, every time I come back into town, bro, I feel like I'm just like a tornado. Like, I don't have time to sit down.
I don't know how you do it. I really don't.
Like, I don't have time to sit down. I don't have time to relax. There's so many different things going on that I have to take care of. Mm-hmm. And then I'm gone again.
Right. I try to tread lightly with you on that too, because I'm like, I want to do podcasts, but he's home for just a week or 2 weeks at the max, and don't want to put the pressure on him. Yeah, I feel that.
But if it wasn't for me staying as rooted as I can in the Word and having my relationship with the Lord, bro, I'd have gone freaking crazy.
Sure.
Like,
knowing where your dependence is.
Yeah, knowing where your source comes from.
Okay, so a funny story here is when other people tell me like they don't have time, and I'm like, Philip does it. I've used that as an answer before, and they're
Bro,
like,
now you get people mad at me. Okay, that's all right. I'm used to it anyways. I'm used to it. Be mad at me. Go ahead.
Yeah, I've that's been my legit answer. I'm like, well, I know people that work out of town, and they're faithful and committed all the time. So give me another excuse. It's like you bring that to me in the gym sometimes. You're like, give me another excuse. Come on, give me something I'll really believe.
If you really want it, if you really truly want it, you're not going to come with excuses.
Dang. Yeah.
If you really truly want to hit your goals, Tolson.
Yeah. I know. I'm locked in right now. I am. I'm locked in.
Like locked in, or like, you know how when you put a lock around a chain and then like you don't completely lock it, you dummy lock it, right?
No, I don't know how to dummy lock it. I'm locked in right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I am going to have cake this week though.
There it is.
I'm having cake. Totally having cake. Yeah. Man. Yeah. Sorry. I kind of threw you under the bus with that answer to them, but I really do mean it. We can come up with a million excuses and they make sense in our head, but it does not change our responsibility to lean into the Lord. We were talking earlier in the car on the way home from church. I have it in my heart and through my daily bread to awaken and to ignite the church and to provide more opportunity for people to fall in love with the Word of God. And the more we read it, the more our appetite will grow. The more we stay away from it, our appetite will die.
Oh yeah,
that's
absolutely.
just the way that works.
Because because I haven't been, able to read in the mornings and able to focus, the 5-6 days a week like I was in the past. You know what I mean? Like really locked in.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm on the call, but I'm not fully engaged.
Sure.
I hear it being read, but I'm not really paying attention.
I understand.
I've noticed a shift in my mindset, and it's been a fight. Like there's an internal struggle happening right now to where I need to keep myself. No, this is what needs to happen.
That's good.
I need to focus on this.
That's good. Okay.
I didn't get to, be fully engaged in the call this morning. So guess what? Now I know that I need to later on that day at least read one chapter, or at least read a couple scriptures on my own, do something to stay engaged, or listen to the replay, but be engaged in it. Mm-hmm. For me, there's that when I'm not in it, like I have been this past year, it's been really
you
pulling.
feel it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You feel different. Mm-hmm. I feel different mentally, emotionally.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I feel that when I'm going to liken it into the gym, right? When I go to the gym by myself, when I don't have someone to work out with,
You've been going to the gym
every day, bro.
Bro, I can't tell.
I know.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it's okay. I do go to the gym, but I can tell you, and I will tell this to anybody, I don't work out as hard alone. I don't push myself. I want to. I think I am. I'll sit on the phone with my girl while I'm in the gym.
That's why. That's why you get
There's a little bit of a distraction.
You get a girlfriend in your life, and all of a sudden,
right? Yeah.
No.
Oh, by the way, I got a girlfriend. Oh. Yeah. So,
did that just pop out? Uh-oh.
Just popped out. It's all, I'm okay with them knowing.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah. Some of them need to know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm blushing. Can you change the subject?
Ronald, Pastor Apostle Ronald Tolson officially has come out saying he has a girlfriend.
Thank you.
Let me
finish that thought, please.
Yeah, sorry, something else popped in my head, and I was chasing another thought. You know what I mean? Like,
Jesus, this is what it's like with him every day. Have mercy, God.
How did we even get on this topic?
I don't know, Joseph.
Oh, yeah. Thanks a lot, Joseph.
Somehow Joseph is in the storyline. Yeah. I think one of the ways that I can say that my life is kind of a Joseph kind of life is I'm a dreamer like he was. Mm-hmm. The Lord speaks to me in dreams. And the reality is, as we're reading the story now of the fulfillment of the dreams that he had as a young man, as a minister, as someone who was starting out. And I love that we get to see that the dreams, it's not that they mean nothing. They do mean something. I'm going to be teaching in the next semester of School of Ministry, an entire semester on dreams and interpretation of dreams. And I'm going to use my own life as an example of that in the scripture on how to be able to do that, because we learn from Joseph's life is one of the main characters in the Bible where dreams become reality. Oh, absolutely. If we're paying attention. And what we're doing with Joseph's life right now, we're starting to pay attention to patterns. The things that played out for the children of Egypt before the children of Israel, before they went into full-on bondage, the same things kind of play out in our lives too. Yeah, are we becoming dependent upon? Yeah, right. We become dependent upon things, and slavery begins where dependence is born. Yep, absolutely. And if you even in this chapter, so if you go back to the beginning of this story. His first dream about the wheat bowing down, right? Yeah. And all that. And then his brothers get all butthurt and then toss him in the well, right? All that stuff. Yeah. Mm-hmm. They fake his death. Yeah. Right. Some jerks, man. Right? Hey, I've had siblings like that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Damien would do something like this. No, but so the brothers are actually essentially bowing down to him right here because they're dependent on him. And why hadn't he said to them, see? I told you so.
I bet you he did. It just didn't get written down. That's all.
It just didn't get written.
You know, as the baby of the family.
Moses is like, I'm going to leave that out of Genesis.
Yeah, you know he did. I told y'all.
That's funny.
How does that dirt taste as you're bowing down to me?
Wow. That's my favorite right there. Man, I like his life. I'm sad that we're now at the point that now we're seeing another transfer of a generational transfer.
Yeah, and one of the things that really hit me is that like just tugged at my heart was where he says he called his son Joseph and said to him, "If now I have found favor in your sight." Mm-hmm. Man.
What verse is that?
That is verse... Where'd it go? I just lost it. Verse 29. Towards the middle of verse 29.
Okay.
And when the time drew near that Israel must die, he called his son Joseph and said to him, if now I have found favor in your sight. Man, not imagine, you already, went through losing your father, right?
Yeah.
So but imagine him saying, "Oh, if now I found favor in your sight," right before he dies. Mm-hmm. That's gotta just...
I agree. It's one of the most holy moments. It really is. It's holy. I'm not crying. I'm not going to. But it's a holy moment because what's happening here is there's the transference of the promise. It's a covenantal transfer.
Yeah.
Israel knows that he's dying, and he's got to pass on what Abraham and Isaac gave him. And that's the responsibility of that's the responsibility of our lives with the gospel. We have a covenant with Jesus to pass on what the promise that God gave us. It's not for us. It's for the kingdom. It's from the very beginning. The very first promise was not for Abraham. It was for the kingdom.
Yeah.
And so where was the last place that there was this hand under the thigh? It was with Jacob.
Yep.
And now it's Joseph.
Yeah.
And that's just wild to me that there's this transfer of promise. There's a transfer of authority. There's a transfer of provision for the future. And Joseph promises his dad, "I'll carry the promise until it's time for me to pass it on."
That right there.
Yeah. That's powerful to me. How are we doing that with one another? Are we making that vow? You know what? I'm gonna help pass the promise. Whatever Pastor B spoke in my life, poured in my life for those 22 years that I got to serve him and be a part of his life and the family, I promise and vow to carry it until it's time for someone else to carry it beyond me.
Right.
You're gonna go beyond me. You're going to live longer than I am.
I'm not putting my hand under your thigh.
Doggone, I almost thought I had you. Yeah. Here, think about it though. How did he do that? He was being his caretaker at the end.
Yeah.
That was putting his hand under his thigh. And it's that intimate place, right?
Yeah.
Back in the Bible. And he was saying, "I can trust you to carry this. Can I be trusted to carry the promise of God in my life until it's time to pass it on?"
Not just can you be trusted, but can you carry it?
That's good.
Can you? Can you pick it up and carry it?
That's good. It's like what you say, something about be ready.
Stay ready so you don't got to get ready.
Stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
Stay ready to pick that up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And how do you do that?
Right here.
Exercising in here.
That's good.
Exercising with your word. How do you wield the sword of the Spirit?
Daily.
By practicing with it.
That's good.
How do you pick up that heavy sword? How do you pick up that shield?
Mm-hmm.
By practicing with it.
That's
How do you pick up that sword and that shield to fight with? You have to learn how to practice with it first.
Yeah.
To carry that weight.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
My final thought right there is Joseph said, "I promise, Dad, I won't bury the promise. I'll take it with me."
See, puppy?
Where's that video you sent me of that guy's always throwing his glasses? That's usually for good food, but that was good. Yeah. Man, That's a great chapter.
Yeah.
So good.